My first impression of Houston was they love the Astros, bars, and a lot of drivers seem to be constantly ticked off. But maybe that's just me. Since moving to Austin, I quickly realized that there's a bit of a rivalry between the two cities. So if I pick on Houston a little, it's all in good fun. Houston is Texas's largest city and the fourth largest and most diverse city in the U.S. My first trip here, a friend and I explored Bayou Bend House and Gardens, which contains one of the finest collections of American furnishings, silver, ceramics, and paintings. If you've watched other videos on my channel, you probably know that I love checking out old houses. We also went to the Breakfast Klub, known for their signature seasoning, dishes, and is recognized as one of the best breakfast restaurants in the nation. Their story is one of perseverance, and their restaurant is rooted in principles of faith, family, community, and empowerment. Houston's Museum District is a tourist destination boasting 19 museums and numerous parks and gardens. This is where another friend and I went for most of my second trip. Our first stop was to the Butterfly Center. Here you can see hundreds of species of exotic butterflies and insects. We then trekked up the road to Houston's Museum of African American Culture. Their vision is to be a cultural portal through which people share and converge histories and contemporary experiences that acknowledge and expand the African American experience. And from such interactions, come together to build a common future. They featured different local artists, and this time it was Sanah Brown-Bowers. Her aesthetic merges whimsical and realistic styles to tell her story and the stories of others. Our next stop was to the Holocaust Museum. What stood out to me is that we often focus on the concentration camps. But the breakdown of Jewish society included laws taking away their rights and the overall animosity towards them created by the Nazi Party. And even though Jews were by far the largest group attacked, they were not the only ones who were discriminated against and suffered a similar fate. Walking through this museum shows the horrors of what happens when we, as a society, are conditioned to dehumanize a group of people.
The army came into this square of the town. They right away picked out but 3 for sure, probably more, prominent Jews, and they simply, in view of everybody, they just, with no specific reason, they shot each and every one of them. And this gave us a feeling like, probably you obey me, but because you can be next.
They caught about 50 or 60 Jews praying at the synagogue, and they blowed up that synagogue.
We always had to be naked, right away naked. This, they took away our humanity.
So I was educated as a German, and suddenly people told me, "You are not a German." As a writer, as a critic, I fought Hitler already long before he came to power. Therefore, the day he came to power, I had to escape because I was on the blacklist.
I took the star off so that I could cross the town without being arrested or hassled. And I remember there were people who looked at me, knowing that I was supposed to wear a star.
After strolling around some of the nearby parks and gardens, we checked out Houston's water wall, towering 64 feet in the air. There's plenty more to check out in Houston, and I'm sure this won't be my last trip. Houston's pretty cool, I guess. But overall, we still agree that... Which is better?
Austin.
Awesome!
Definitely.